It is another busy, severe weather evening across central and eastern Kentucky. I'm tracking not only the threat for severe thunderstorms, but possible flooding. That's coming up.
Seeing all of these people here and feeling that support and feeling that appreciation, there's nothing like it.
Kentucky plaintiffs celebrate here at the Supreme Court. I'm Jacqueline Policastro. Coming up, I'll bring you their reaction to the court's historic decision on same-sex marriage.
A new blend of dangerous drugs are turning up in southern Kentucky, so potent that police here say people are ending up in hospitals.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. We will have much more on the Supreme Court ruling in just a moment, but first we are tracking more rounds of storms moving into our area.
We could see strong winds, heavy rain, even some hail in some parts of the state, and that's why we have declared a First Alert Severe Weather Day here at WKYT. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He's keeping a close eye on the First Alert Defender.
Yeah, severe thunderstorm watch is out for the entire region, guys, for central Kentucky until 11. For eastern Kentucky, that'll go until 2 a.m. Live First Alert Defender now. Here comes the shower and thunderstorm action into parts of central Kentucky. Severe thunderstorms, at least the threat is there. Severe thunderstorm warning out for parts of Pulaski County, parts of Casey County, into southern parts of Lincoln County, though this storm is likely now below severe limits. That has weakened considerably just to the northwest of Science Hill. Strongest storm is actually right on top of the Lake Cumberland area, the Russell Springs area. That is lifting its way on to the north as we go through the next little bit. So those thunderstorms, again, lifting from southwest to northeast. What we're seeing a little farther to the north, some very heavy rains that are showing up into parts of central Kentucky. Severe thunderstorms on top of the Louisville metro. Severe thunderstorm warning is out for parts of Shelby County and Spencer County. It's a flash flood warning across sections of the downtown Louisville area. For Lexington, as of now, the storms, at least the worst of the storms, are kind of splitting the bluegrass region. We see the leading edge of the heavy rains on top of the Nicholasville area down to Lancaster. So this is what is coming into Lexington in the short term. Mainly some very heavy rains and the occasional rumble of thunder with some lightning. But as these storms push in, we'll keep an eye on those for the possibility that they ramp back up a little bit. Right now, rain's getting just about to the western side of Fayette County. Newly issued severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, just coming in for parts of Franklin County, southern sections of Henry County, and parts of Shelby County. That is with this cluster of storms that also is producing flooding across the downtown Louisville area. These storms are lifting to the northeast, so these may brush parts of Franklin County, northern Woodford County, and toward the Scott County area. Guys, we will keep a very close eye on all the storms that are out there. Again, that severe weather threat and flash flood threat will carry us not only through the evening, but into the wee hours of the morning.
Thank you, Chris, and we can help you track the storms wherever you are. Download the WKYT Radar app for your smartphone or keep checking WKYT.com for the latest weather updates. It's a history-making decision in this country. Cheers rang out from the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court this morning following a ruling to allow gay and lesbian couples to marry in all 50 states.
The court's decision came in a 5-4 vote, and the decision affects couples here in the Commonwealth. 14 states, including Kentucky, will no longer be able to enforce their same-sex marriage bans. One Kentucky couple says they didn't want to miss the chance to experience this historic moment. Washington Bureau Chief Jacqueline Policastro is outside Supreme Court in the middle of all that celebrating. She begins our top story team coverage.
The sun peeked out through dark clouds over the Supreme Court as same-sex couples waited for this. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that states can't ban same-sex marriages.
This long battle is finally over.
Greg Burke and Michael DeLeon met in Lexington 3 decades ago when they were both students at UK.
Oh my gosh, you know, we're on. This is going down.
Burke told us he had a dream early this week that the court's decision would come down today.
It was kind of a premonition, I guess.
The couple says they're glad to have new legal protections and the ability to secure second parent adoptions for their 2 children, but maintain the court's decision doesn't change their family. Balloons spelling love were released into the sky as the couple spoke to us. Steps away, excited supporters sang the national anthem.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Even though they're in the middle of it all, Burke and De Leon say they can't wait to get back to Kentucky.
We are missing the opportunity to celebrate with many of our co-plaintiffs who couldn't be here and our attorneys from back home. But it'll be good to get back and give all those people hugs and just share the love with them.
Here in the crowd, we found Tevin Johnson Campion. His parents, Randy and Paul, were also plaintiffs in the Kentucky case, and he came here to the Supreme Court to celebrate.
Seeing all these people here and feeling that support and feeling that appreciation, there's nothing like it. It's very overwhelming.
As the crowds cheered on behind him, Tevin told us his parents fought for years leading up to the court's decision.
I don't think they knew they were going to be an instrumental part in this process, but they always kind of knew that it was going to happen. And just the fact that I can look back and say, my family made a difference, it's so powerful, and it's great.
Reporting at the Supreme Court, Jacqueline Policastro, WKYT.
It did not take long for the new law to go into effect here in Kentucky. Within hours of today's ruling on gay marriage, Governor Beshear ordered county clerks to start issuing marriage licenses.
This afternoon, gay and lesbian couples in Lexington lined up outside the courthouse to make it official. Our Victor Puente is live in downtown Lexington, where a rally celebrating today's ruling is now underway outside the courthouse. Victor?
This was already scheduled to be a big weekend for Lexington's gay community. That pride rally is still going strong. I'll step out of the way and show you that crowd. It's more of a celebration at this point after that ruling made same-sex marriage the law of the land. Within a few hours of that ruling, same-sex marriage licenses were being signed off on at the Fayette County Clerk's office.
You're going to call this number, and then you're going to say, I'd like to make an appointment for a judge to marry us.
While some were making plans to get married soon, others went through with it as soon as possible.
One of them just called, and we're going to go get married with Judge Stein right now.
KT and Natalia have been together for 2 years.
We had the ceremony 2 weeks ago, and so when the decision came down today, it was always the plan to do it as soon as possible when it was legal in Kentucky.
But after today,
we are gathered here under the law in the presence of these witnesses to join this woman and this woman in holy matrimony.
They promise to be together.
I do.
Forever.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once this rally ends, the Lexington Fairness Awards will take place. That's going to happen at Keeneland. And then tomorrow, starting at 11, the Lexington Pride Festival will take place right here in front of the courthouse. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
The Family Foundation has said they are worried that the ruling will impede the religious freedoms of those who oppose gay marriage.
The Kentucky Clerks Association says same-sex couples should not have to wait on a software company to get a marriage license. Some clerks are having trouble printing the new licenses because their computer programs has not updated with the new form. The company that makes the program said it would be updated by Tuesday, but the Kentucky Clerks Association says that should not be a problem. Clerks can print out the old form and scratch out the words bride and groom and replace them with first party and second party.
And while the Supreme Court's decision affects all 50 states, Kentucky is one of 4 states that prompted this decision. Here's a look at how Kentucky ended up here. In 1998, a state law was passed that excluded same-sex couples from the definition of marriage. In 2004, Kentucky passed a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriages. Then in 2014, the legal battle intensified. A federal judge ruled Kentucky must recognize same-sex marriages performed elsewhere, and the state's ban violates the U.S. Constitution. And then 2 months ago, the High Court heard arguments on cases from Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, and Michigan. For more on the Supreme Court ruling, just go to WKYT.com.
It is a new trend police say is a danger to them and the community. The Williamsburg police chief says drug addicts are mixing a form of meth called ice and bath salts to create a new drug. But police say the effects of the drug are putting people in intensive care and also creating violent behaviors. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is in Whitley County talking to the police chief in a story that's new at 6.
Figure out what it is.
Just a tiny bag about the size of your thumbnail.
We figured we would never see it here.
The police say the ice, a potent form of meth mixed with bath salts, is quite literally causing addicts to go crazy.
These people are extremely violent, extremely paranoid. Some of the most violent people that I've seen as a law enforcement officer.
Chief Wayne Bird says since May they've had 13 overdose cases. Everyone ended up in the hospital most in intensive care.
Paranoid, they're suicidal, they can be homicidal.
Bird says ice has been a problem lately, but recently the bath salts or synthetic drugs are somehow getting mixed in.
In fact, a lot of them would make statements that they were seeing aliens, that they were seeing demons. You know, one individual that I recall that we encountered was in the back of an ambulance and was counting down, and they were saying the ambulance was going to blow up.
Police say the people are not just putting officers in harm's way, but also the EMTs and emergency room medical personnel trying to treat them. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police tell us they have made several arrests for people trafficking ice, but their investigation has not led them to the source of the bath salt mixture. Today marks 1 year since 6 people died in a crash in Jessamine County. A family of 5 and a woman, part of the group Refuge for Women, were all killed when 2 cars hit head-on.
Tonight, those who knew the victims are honoring them with a memorial service. Our Kristen Kennedy is in the newsroom with more.
This is the first time since the wreck that the individuals who are part of Refuge for Women have gathered at that spot. They spent the afternoon giving thanks for one another and remembering the lives lost. 1 year ago, 2 cars crashed head-on US 27 in Jessamine County. The wreck sparked a fire, ultimately killing 6. The van involved in the wreck was filled with guests of the organization Refuge for Women. They lost friend Angela Poe. Friday, a couple dozen involved with the organization gathered to remember Poe and help one another move forward.
Some of the people that were involved in the accident haven't actually driven past this spot in a year because it's so hard. So they've intentionally gone out of their way to avoid this area just because of the painful memories. And so again, our hope today is to celebrate the good that's come out of it and celebrate the 3 that are here with us today.
The group at the crash site ended their memorial service by releasing orange balloons, Poe's favorite color. They also wrote messages on a wooden cross for her. In the newsroom, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Refuge for Women has 3 homes in central Kentucky. To date, they've housed women from 14 states. Still to come on WKYT, another busy day for one of the candidates for Fayette County School Superintendent. Hear what she had to say about why she thinks she would be a good fit for this school district.
Rounds of severe thunderstorms working across the Bluegrass State. We've got new warnings to show you in just a moment.